Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today in this video you're going to watch a very beautiful neckline for kurtas and kurtis. So to make this neckline I have just folded the fabric in half and I'm going to start by marking my shoulders. So usually I used to keep my shoulder to be like 6 inches. As this is going to be like a collar neckline, you're going to increase that by like a half an inch. So this is going to be now like 6.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to draw a straight line from this. I'll be taking my neckline width. So the neckline width is like 2.5 inches. So make sure you reduce the neckline width. And now I'm drawing my armhole. So these are all the basic thing you're going to follow while making the kurta. So from this 2.5 inches, I'm going to add the seam allowance of quarter inch. From that quarter inch, I'm going to start marking my depth of the neckline, which is going to be like 10 inches. So this 10 inches you can just always alter according to your wish. So now this particular point is going to be like 1 inch in length, and from the shoulder you're going to join these two lines. So as this fabric is folded in half, the one side is going to be 1 inch. So when I open this fabric, the full length of that down line is going to be like 2 inches. So that's the measurement you're going to follow while making the strip. Okay, so now I have finished cutting my neckline and I'm just folding the next fabric in half, which is the back side of the fabric, and I'm going to draw my back neckline. So matching both the folded edge like such, and I'm going to give a very slight U neckline, like a scoop neckline to the back side of the fabric. So it's going to be like a height to be 1 or 1.5 inches, not more than that, and I'm going to cut in my back neckline. Okay, so now I'm just taking a fabric and I'm folding that in half. So the small line which I showed you before is 2 inch, so this is going to be a twice of 2 inch, which is 4 inch. So I'm going to mark that same to the entire fabric and I'm going to cut this out. Okay, so just like that I'm going to cut this fabric and I'll be folding this fabric in half. Okay, so just like that I'll be folding this in half, and to this I'm going to give an embroidery work. For that I'm just using an anchor embroidery thread, and I have winded that embroidery thread in my bobbin like this. And this is a cross piece I'm just cutting because I'm going to make a piping, and also I'm going to give a beautiful thin lace effect. So if you want to know how to make a piping, I have a very clear video, so please do check with that. So now I'm just sewing the strip of fabric like this. So this fabric is folded in half in breadthwise, and to the down part you can see a beautiful embroidery thread finish. So leaving a marginal amount, that's a quarter inch of seam allowance, you're going to sew this embroidery thread to the fabric. So to the top part of the machine, the thread is going to remain the same, only you're going to chain the thread at the bobbin case. Okay, so the black and the orange is a very beautiful good combination, and you can see you're going to sew from the top to the bottom like this. Okay, so once it's done, this is the folded edge, and you can see this is the raw edge of the fabric. Leave the raw edge and take your folded edge of the fabric and you're going to sew your piping. And if you want to know how to make this piping, I will share the link in the description box, and also the link would be at the end of the video. Don't forget to check with that. So you're going to just sew this piping at the exact margin to the folded side of this long piece of fabric. So same like this I'm going to finish off this strip of fabric, and then I'll be attaching the shoulders together to attach this piece. So now matching the shoulders together, my front and back piece, and I'll be sewing this. So just start by putting some back stitch, and I'm just attaching my both the shoulders together like such, and continuing that I'm going to sew my next side of my shoulder. So once it's done, you can see the neckline is going to stay like this. So the next point is I'm going to mark an angle on the 2-inch off line. So this is going to be like an angle, and you're going to cut into the angle for a very marginal amount, not too much. A small slit is more than enough, and you can see this little fabric should pop like such. And now take this long strip of fabric and take the raw edge, and the strip raw edge should match the raw edge of the neckline. So this is the raw edge of the neckline. Make sure you leave a 1 inch of fabric down, and you're going to start sewing this matching the raw edge. Very simple, very easy to make. Don't find it so complicated, very easy. And I feel sewing to the left hand side is really comfortable for me, so I started sewing from the left hand side, leaving a 1 inch of strip of fabric down. And now I'm going to start sewing from the exact slit point. Okay, so make sure that you leave the exact seam allowance all around the neckline, because this is going to be a continuous stitch starting from one end of the front side of the fabric throughout the back end, and it's going to come to the front side again. So the seam allowance should be exactly correct. So just like that, I'm going to sew in. So little by little, I'm going to sew in the neckline piece. So when you're coming to the back side of the neckline, you have a nice scoop like neckline. So in this place, make sure that you don't pull the fabric or you don't stretch the neckline, which is very important, or else the neckline won't sit in the exact place and it will become wide. So just place the neckline piece on top of that, and you're going to match the fabric like this. So everything is happening on the front side of the fabric, that is the pre side. Okay, so I'm just cutting out the excess neckline piece like this. So here comes the tricky part, and the thing is, you're going to tuck in both the strips underneath like such, and you can see from the down part you have to take that 2-inch off slit point, and you're going to match it like such. Very easy, very simple. When you make this, for sure it will turn on its own. You don't want to do anything, and you can see the finish is also exactly really professional, and it just looks really beautiful. So you're going to put a straight stitch down to conceal and to make that neckline to sit on the exact place. And you can see it came out really beautiful. The down part should come really beautiful, then only it's going to look really nice, or else it's going to have a clumsy neckline. Okay, so now all you're going to do is you're going to just put a top stitch on this, starting from the one point, and it's going to go all the way round to the back neckline, and it's going to come down. So little by little, I'm going to sew this in to finish off my neckline. So once it's done, the neckline is like 10-inch in length, but I want this neckline to be 5.5 inch. So we are going to close the opening. I'm just taking a piece of fabric and folding that in half, and I'm just going to put that inside my neckline till I get that 5.5 inches. Okay, so I'll be pinning that in place before taking this to my sewing machine, because I don't want the fabric to move from the place. Okay, so let me pin that and show you how it's going to look. Because the back side of the fabric is black color, you won't be seeing that visibly, and you can see this how it's going to look. And you're going to start from the exact top part, and till the end line you're going to sew that, and you're going to close the neckline like such. Okay, so make sure that everything is nice and neat, and end with some back stitch. So same you're going to do to your neck side of the neckline. So you're going to start by putting some back stitch to the neck side of the neckline, and this how it's end. So the end part is same like that. A cross piece is folded twice like such, and I have made that in a very thin like a bias strip, and I'm attaching this bias strip to my entire neckline to give a nice and neat look. So if you don't want to make such kind of bias strip neckline, because it's a little bit work taking thing, because you're going to double fold that, and first you're going to press that in place to get a very neat finish. So if you don't want to do this, you can attach any kind of thin lace. It's going to give a beautiful look to your neckline. So little by little I'm going to finish it off, and this is going to be the end result. And you can see how beautiful it is. Very simple and very easy to make. And if you find difficult in getting into this, what you can do is you can leave one side open, and you can add some hooks and eyes, so that after getting into the dress you can put this hooks and eyes, and that's how it's going to work. And hope you like this video. Very simple, within 10 minutes you can also create this very simple neat neckline. And if you like this video, and if you want more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and don't forget to hit on the thumbs up button below. So see you next time with a different kind of design. Take care. Bye bye.